What's going on, guys? We're here with another video. Art of Spiritual Warfare channel, as you all know. The previous video we talked about more in depth to the physical fundamentals as well as the four necessities of life. This video will be talking more about the mental aspect of the triad. Now, what you have to understand is that the mental is the AI, or excuse me, the IA, which means I am in control of myself only. As you know, AI is artificial intelligence, which is kind of funny that computers and other robotic and technical advancements name their nucleus or their main operating system, GPU, if you will, as AI, which is backwards of IA. Now, the mental and the IA, as we all know, is of course omnipotent, which is all powerful, which is God. I am. This is the main operating system, which is not only the link between the spiritual and the physical, but is in its own lane and can be affected by both of them. The IA has two parts, a masculine and a feminine. At the highest level of both this feminine and masculine part, you have intelligence for the masculine part, and since the feminine part deals with emotion and creativity, the emotional part is love. So love and intelligence are the two corresponding aspects or highest benevolent factors of the IA. Now you also have the negative or the malevolent aspects of the IA. Fear is the most malevolent one of the feminine part of the IA, and the masculine part would be untruths, lies. Lies would be the malevolent part of the IA on the masculine side. And more in depth to lies, I'm going to call it ignorance and foolishness. Lies, ignorance, and foolishness, all those together, ignorance being the word I'm going to use, is the malevolent factor of the IA. And as you all know, a brain is a terrible thing to waste. So, what are some examples of the feminine part of the IA as the positive and the negative coincides? So, what are the differences? What are the stark contrasts? A feminine negative emotion of the IA would be, as we know, as I already mentioned, fear, stress, anxiety, worry, depression. All of these are negative emotions of the feminine side of the IA. Positive emotions of the feminine side of the IA, as we all know and as I've said, love, courage, throw some more out there down in the comments if you will. And I'll continue to think of some more. Oh, faith, hope. Those two are the opposites of stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety, the opposites of those are faith and hope. So, for example, one may be stressed and worried about what they might wear or eat or drink. And that in turn may lead to negative actions, which is negative consequences on the masculine side. Now, positives of those would be faith and hope. Yes, you're stressed and you're worried about what you may eat, what you may drink, what you may wear. Yet you have faith and hope that these things will come. So what you have to do in order to really manifest this faith and hope is cut the negative emotions such as stress and worry, anxiety, and fear off, so you can let these higher feminine emotions, benevolent feminine emotions manifest. Now you also have masculine actions that are negative and positive. A negative action would be murder. Murder would be a negative action on the masculine side of the IA. Now, a positive action would, of course, be helping in any way, shape, or form, helping benevolently, helping for the good cause of somebody. Now, also, intelligence is one thing, so you would not want to deal with ignorance or not knowing what's real, what's false, what's true, what is not. Now, here's a main key focus of what we must understand. The masculine is independent of the feminine, and the feminine is dependent upon the masculine side of the IA. What do you mean? I mean this, and here's an example. Fact: water is the best thing for the human body. Now, one may feel some type of way, once again, dealing with emotions. They may feel some type of way about this statement, and they may feel you're wrong. It does not take away from the fact that water is the best thing for the human body. How do we know that water is the best thing for the human body? Our body is mostly made up of H2O, which is water. Therefore, it is the best thing to put in our body. Now, regardless of how a person may feel, that fact still remains. It is independent of what other people's feel, their emotions. Therefore, the feminine side of the brain is dependent upon the masculine side of the brain. Your thoughts and emotions, which are dependent upon your actions and what's corresponding around you, all happen. Now, once again, we also must understand with the masculine and the feminine side of the brain, both of them, once coming together and working in benevolence and total omnipotence, will work with each other. Whenever you're on a lower level vibration, they will work against each other. Higher vibrations, they work with each other. So what do you mean? You have this creative idea that stems from the feminine side of the brain. Now, you understanding this, you want to manifest that creative side of the deal. So you now must use the masculine side of the body in order to do this. So what do you start doing? You start researching. You start using the masculine side of the brain. You start researching. You start putting things together financially, spiritually, emotionally, in order to let this creative idea that you just had manifest. So although the masculine side is independent of the feminine side, the feminine side has much to contribute to the IA and to the whole body. Because once these benevolent creative ideas comes out and your masculine side of the brain starts to take these ideas from the feminine side and start to manifest them, then good things abound, as we all know. So the feminine side is dependent of the masculine side, yet the masculine side has much to take and learn and to use from the feminine side, due to the fact that that's where the creative ideas come from and different good emotions come from. Good emotions lead to better actions. All right? Negative emotions lead to negative actions, unless you can control them. And that's where the masculine side. So the masculine side will always be seen as the stronger side, since it actually facilitates the actions. Now that's it for this video. Just to recap, in this video we did learn that the IA has two parts. These parts are the feminine and masculine. The feminine is dependent upon the masculine. The masculine is independent of the feminine, but both work together for the good or for the worse of man or of your person. You also know that there are positive and there are negative aspects of both of these sides. Positive thoughts, negative thoughts, which are emotions, positive emotions, negative emotions. Then you have positive actions, negative actions. And then you have intelligence and ignorance. And of course you have love and you have fear. Both of these together, love and intelligence, are the highest forms of both of these brains, or both of these side of the brains. All right. And together they make one. I am omnipotent. I am in control of myself only. That's it for today's video. Next video, we will talk about the spiritual aspect of the triad, which includes the 7 points within the human anatomy. So please stay tuned. Have a productive day.